to the team that I'm sure everybody wants to talk with me about, because it's always one team every week. Last week, it was Kentucky. Weeks ago, it was Michigan. This week, it is the Minnesota Golden Gophers, who are 3-0. But before I get into the Minnesota Golden Gophers being my pick to win the Big Ten West and to give everybody a hard time in the Big Ten, let's take a look back at something I said not a month ago. I picked Minnesota in the Big Ten West. Okay, there's a few reasons why. Tanner Morgan's coming back for what seems like a 15th year of eligibility. Wants to be back. He's also becoming more and more look like PJ Fleck. Like, for instance, I get so much out of going on these media day tours. I get so many anecdotes, but more than that, I get to see people that I just haven't seen for like a year. So I meet Tanner Morgan, and I say, how are you doing today? And he says, I'm doing elite. Cool. I meet PJ Fleck later in the day. I say, how are you doing? He says, I'm doing elite. I said, Tanner said the same thing, and y'all are starting to look similarly. PJ Fleck has been nothing but good at Minnesota. I think Tanner Morgan getting back with the offensive coordinator and Kurt Soraka is going to be a good thing for Minnesota. They also got Mo Ibrahim back there, who was taking apart Ohio State's defense before anybody knew that it was Ohio State's defense in 2021. I think they're going to be all right. I think they're going to be pretty good. Okay. You see? That was a very attractive man speaking very attractively about the Minnesota Golden Gophers, even wearing my same threads from August 11th. Look, I swear to you, there is a closet full of shirts. And if you watch my Discover Legends features coming out on Tuesday on the Twitters, you'll see I'm going into the bag for the sponsors on this, right? But for you, like you've seen this, you understand. Look, I didn't know that I was going to be wearing the same shirt. Matter of fact, producer Tyler's like, yo, RJ, I found a clip from like 6 weeks ago where you were very high on Minnesota and they're 3-0. I think we should show it. And then here's the shirt right in front of me. And I'm like, okay, good thing that, there's a Nebraska football back there where there once was a picture literally of my grandmother so that we can do the two newspaper things if we need to. But it leads me to this. Minnesota is 3-0. Okay. They also, like Michigan, ain't played nobody, Paul, except Minnesota's more in line with Oklahoma. You know how Minnesota's more in line with Oklahoma? Because they just played a Power 5 program. I still haven't seen Michigan play a Power 5 program, and neither have you, okay? Matters. Now, on top of all of that, Minnesota's not just 3-0 and stomping a mud hole and people and walking it dry. They have what is the least talked about Heisman candidate and the least talked about tailback in the sport, perhaps even in the history of the sport. Let me put it on you like this. In 1997, Ahman Green rushed for 1,887 yards, 42 tutties, and went to work. I mean, cool Mo G, I go to work on Tennessee in the Orange Bowl. Beat the hell out of Peyton Manning's Volunteers, number 3 ranked in the country, rushed for 206 yards, 2 tutties. Okay. In that season, my man, your man, Ahman Green, the dude dotting the I in Tom Osborne's Power Eye, rushed for 12 straight games of 100 yards or more. Okay? 12. Do you know who else has rushed for 1,200-yard games consecutively? My man, Mo Ibrahim. Now, the Golden Gopher folks are either feeling some kind of way about this, like, either they are clapping right now and going, see, somebody recognizes what we got back there. And there's also, the folks that are not unlike Derek Johnson when I had said to him, hey, Texas ain't showed a lot. He's like, just spoken like a true OU guy. You just want to see what's in the bag. Yes, Minnesota's like, hey, RJ, leave that alone. I don't need them to know that Mo is coming. Hell, Mo is coming. And Mo has been coming. Dating back to 2020, Mo has been coming. Okay? So Mo also went for over 200 yards rushing against Colorado. Now, it's Colorado, which is getting closer and closer to being more Arizona, but Arizona's also won some games. Colorado might be actual bad this year, guys. No getting around that. However, that does not mean that Minnesota is not good. And look what I've been doing in Michigan. I went from unranked with Michigan to top 5 with Michigan. Look at what Minnesota is. Steadily moving up. Matter of fact, having a real live discussion about my rankings. RJ's been pretty consistent about Minnesota because they're good, guys. They're good. And you've seen the Big Ten West. It's Iowa, who I liked till I didn't, right? Maybe I'll like them again come October 1st when they go play a Michigan team we all agree is good. Okay. Wisconsin lost to Washington State. Doesn't matter that I think Washington State's a good football team. It matters that you don't think that Washington State is a good football team. I was telling anybody that would listen, Washington State is a problem. I don't know how big a problem, but they're a problem. And now the Apple Cup might be one of the best rivalry games we get this year because Kalen DeBoer and Michael Penix Jr. said, oh, yeah. We about it too. We about it too. Head here. Carry this L, Mr. Tucker. Okay. Now, I'm trying to tell you that I really like Minnesota by way of saying, if you are going to give Michigan the same pass for ain't playing nobody, you need to do the same thing to Minnesota. And I know what Minnesota has in a way that I didn't know what Michigan has. They have returned Kirk Soraka to be their offensive coordinator. Last time they had Kirk Soraka be an offensive coordinator, they won 11 games. You know who he was coordinating with? Karen Morgan, quarterback, still there. Mo Ibrahim, running back, still there. And they've gotten better on the outside with guys like Dalen Wright and Chris Autumn-Bell, right? To say nothing of what those guys might be able to do in the future. And then the defense has been absolutely outstanding. Joe Rossi doesn't get enough credit, doesn't get any looks for these Power 5 jobs that should be coming up, or even these Group of 5 jobs that should be coming up. Maybe he'll get a look for one, which we'll mention on the way out here, that opened up unexpectedly late today. Thank you for watching the #1 college football show. Please remember to subscribe to the channel and like this video so that you don't miss any of the best college football coverage in America.